Hey guys, it's a little test for Schnepp. Didn't think I was gonna get emotional, but feeling pretty emotional right now. I've watched Schnepp for maybe how long? Since 2014, 15? Every time he's been on AMC or Collider, I watched it every time. Schnepp was the best. I mean, I feel like Campia started it with Dennis, and then Schnepp came in with I think because Campia's talking about how he needed someone to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy, and Schnepp was the guy that knew about Guardians of the Galaxy, so they brought him on. And ever since then, been a huge fan. Yeah, so as you guys might know, he passed away from a stroke on Saturday, July 19th. And I think I heard about the news on Tuesday, the 11th or 12th. And I was in the gym, and as soon as I put on Movie Talk or Heroes or whatever it was, and put my phone down, had my headless or wireless headphones in, went to work out, and there was just silence. So I thought, oh, maybe I didn't press play. So I walked back over, and there's just this text on the screen saying, like, just the worst thing you could ever want to see, that Schnepp was in the hospital and it was serious. So I just grabbed my phone and went to like the other Collider videos and like Campia's video, and Campia's video is probably the worst for me personally, like watching it, because he really let on at the seriousness of the situation. And oh, I just sat on the gym floor, just in the corner, just sitting there like in disbelief. And then I went on Holly Payne's Twitter, downloaded Twitter. I didn't even have Twitter. Downloaded Twitter, followed her, and saw that Schnepp had been tweeting like the day before, the day of, or something like that. And then I saw her tweets, so I thought, oh, it's serious, but it's not like that serious. Maybe he'll pull through. I mean, it's a stroke, so maybe, like worst thing. I was thinking like maybe he'll lose the ability to use his right arm, but he could still be Schnepp and still talk and just get his ideas out there. So I kind of like calmed down a little bit, went through my day, and then just followed Holly all day until the past pretty much the week, and just anytime she would text something or like tweet something, I was just on it, making sure, hoping he was gonna be okay, hoping he was, because they said he was unconscious, so I thought like, oh, he's gonna wake up or something. And then got to Friday, Saturday. Oh, I live in South Korea, so it's a day difference. So I woke up Saturday morning, and there was Holly's tweet saying he had passed away. What do you do? Compose yourself. But yeah, it was heartbreaking. Just heartbreaking. And so been going through and watching old Heroes videos, old just Collider videos, and even went back and started watching AMC videos, and I think 2 or 3 different YouTubers made like best of Schnepp videos. I've been watching those all day and just having a great time. And I guess Holly Payne's been obviously going through way worse than I've been going through, but she's been really great with being on Twitter and posting stuff on Twitter about his what he was into, his interests, his music, and like all that kind of stuff. So it's been fantastic from her to see what kind of guy he was. Because you always saw him on Movie Talk and Collider, and always talking about comic books, always real passionate about that, and that was great to see. But you always thought like, oh, there's more, way more than this guy than just comic books. Like he's too big to put only comic books in that frame. And so, yeah, if you go on Holly Payne's Twitter, you can see a bunch of stuff she tweeted recently. That was really cool to see. But I thought today, in memory of Schnepp, we should just watch just me reacting to Schnepp. No one's gonna watch this. It's just gonna be me in 10 years watching this. So here we go. I thought this would be the best place to start. Here we go.
Are you excited for a Tetris movie?
Don't lie now. I like shapes. I like moving shapes.
So, what are you gonna do when Schnepp says that? I mean, he's being honest. He never sugarcoats it or tries to make it nice. Like some of the other Collider hosts do that, and that's okay. Like, it's a movie show. You're trying to make it fun. Like, I want to have a fun time. I don't want everyone just to be crying about movies all day. But yeah, you always knew Schnepp was gonna give it to you straight and honest, and that was great.
Round and fitting them into other shapes, but that's not a movie. All right, this is idiotic. This is we reached a new low where we have some executive explaining, we're not putting feet on the shapes, but it's shapes. It's like, come up with another. Dude, why even Tetris? Filbix, Bromlo, Scrimbix. There's a brand new title. You don't have to
Scrimbly. I don't even know what that means, but yeah.
pay for the IP. Hey, I'm sorry. I'm adapting a brand new movie. It's called Breakout. It's about some dudes in a rainbow prison.
Yep, what do you think?
I don't know, Aliens and Predators 3 with Eddie Murphy, Danny DeVito. They're all of them are all hanging out together in like inside the womb of somebody. They're having triplets, and then they all come out as aliens.
And Danny Glover. You got to throw Danny Glover.
And Danny Glover is on a giant like toilet flying in the sky. Yeah, that's how much I think Aliens and Predators 3 is going to happen. Well, one of my favorite questions is, how many floors are on the...
Okay, it also says, obviously everyone watched Metalocalypse. Probably can't see it because I'm covering it. Obviously everyone has seen Metalocalypse if you've been American and you were a kid in the early 2000s. But Grimm Fairy Tales, I don't know what that is. If someone wants to comment and tell me what that is, I have no idea what that is.
Enterprise? And the answer is none, because it's not real. But I have the Star Trek manual in the fleet. It's like, look, dude, that somebody drew that. You understand? It's all fake. It's fabricated. So I have beefs with Star Trek ultra sweaty super nerd geek fans who are like, the dilithium chamber.
There it is. I think that's one of the first times I heard him say it. It's talking about sweaties and how sweaty is someone who's just real passionate about what they like. So obviously the king of sweaties right here. It's great.
Should not have been placed. Scotty would have never...
His sweaty voice is perfect. Because, I mean, he is the biggest sweaty there is, but he's doing an imitation of what he thinks like a more of a super nerd would be, even though he is the super nerd, which is just, it's awesome. It's just awesome.
For a band, it's like all these things that they had a lot of anger towards in this Star Trek Into Darkness, let alone, I mean, there's a myriad of different problems that the pure Star Trek fan had, that someone who's like, look, I just accept it as a fun movie. I loved the original TV series. When I was a kid, I watched the first 3 seasons of that repeatedly all the time.
I've watched maybe 1 episode of the original series of Star Trek, and I feel it's like unwatchable. It's so old, and I can't get around it. But Next Generation is where it's at. That's a show, man.
I loved, well, I can't say I loved Star Trek the Motion Picture because I fell asleep like 3 times when I saw it in the theater. It was boring. But Star Trek Wrath of Khan, incredible film. Star Trek...
The only Star Trek movie I've seen from the old generation, Wrath of Khan, and it was cool. Where they put that thing in his ear, the little bug, freaked me out.
Star Trek 3, really fun. Star Trek 4, really, really, really good. What was it called? The Voyage Home.
Voyage Home was great.
Have them right here so I can look at them. The Final Frontier, incredibly stupid, horrible film.
Just dives into it. Just completely rips it apart. Horrible film. Love it.
The Undiscovered Country, getting back to good Star Trek movies. Generations, Malcolm McDowell's in it. That was the best part. First Contact, it was okay. Insurrection, horrible film. Nemesis, horrible film. So you have Star Trek the reboot that all the Star Trek fans were already waiting to hate.
I like that movie a lot. I watched it the first day with my girlfriend, and then we came the very next day. We watched it on Monday, and then the very next day, on Tuesday, I illegally downloaded it and watched it again. I love that movie. It's a great movie.
They were waiting to hate because
it's fun. Schnepp always said that. Just there's no problem with having fun. It was a fun movie.
It takes place in a pocket universe where they're like, how come it's not part of the mythology? They were just waiting to hate it. So that's what happened. When Star Trek came out, it was a giant hit with the regular population. And that because people who wanted to see a newer version of Star Trek that wasn't mired in this strange, multiple universes. And, I just think, the Star Trek universe that existed at the time got weighed down by the weight of all the manuals that you had to read to understand what universe you're in. So I think that stripping it down a little bit, cleaning it out a little bit, was called for anyway. But what I think really angers a lot of pure Star Trek fans, is that this takes place in an alternate universe. So all the stuff that they've spent all these years learning about, reading about, the dilithium quit.
I think that Star Trek movie came out in 2009, and I didn't really watch much movie talk, new movie news in 2009 or anything, or any forums or anything like that. So I didn't know anybody really disliked this movie. I like this movie a lot.
Crystal Chamber it doesn't matter anymore. Star Trek Into Darkness ranked last proves that the people who are at that convention voting are
enough Star Trek. Let's go on to something else. See what else Schnepp
out of the bubble.
He gets real sweaty right here. All right, here we go. What's he talking about here?
Him just making Star Wars. You can
In the
lay
Star Trek universe.
lay the plot of Star Wars over Star Trek, and it's the exact same thing. So anyway, look it up, check it out. But the thing with Star Trek versus Star Wars, it's always boggled me because I've loved both of them.
I love both of them.
Me too.
And the Star Trek people are always they have this kind of more of an.
I feel that too, though. I feel like Star Trek is a little more thought-provoking, a little more scientific, a little trying to be, I don't know, smarter, deeper. Not deeper, but yeah. And then Star Wars it's thought of as just being like a fun action movie, which, I mean, you can get as deep as you want in Star Wars, so.
Feet attitude.
I agree with Schnepp on this point a lot.
Star Wars is for stupid people. It's look, Star Trek isn't hard science. It's made up. Everyone has a weird appliance and they're an alien. Give me a break. They're both science fiction fantasy. Just deal with it. They should love each other. There should be a Star Wars, Star Trek love in it.
Hey, what's going on? Sunday, here we are hanging out with you.
And then when Schnepp would do that fun intros, and then when he would do whispers, he would do the whispers at the beginning of Heroes. Just being right here, me and you and a tomato. It was the best part. It was great.
What's going on?
Maybe he's gonna come around and save Shazam at the end. He's like, "I told you so, jabroni." To fight the
Snow and Black Adam.
jabroni.
Yeah. I will send a check for $100 to Warner Brothers.
Is anyone else kind of sad that can't be enough movie talk? I mean, with those, was it Campia, Schnepp, and Ellis? Whenever those three are on, it's great.
It's just like that if he says jabroni.
Showing what appears to be the Gotham City jail.
It's a doorway! It's a doorway! Relax, everybody!
But John, people walk through it. We're in the movie. There are characters who will walk through that doorway. Don't you understand?
Some of the most villainous characters in the Batman pantheon of Schnepp.
I'll buy it just because she's doing the Xavier mind. You will buy it. You will buy it, won't you? Yes, Lake Bell, I have bought your movie. Yes.
Maybe even 700 million?
With all the additional.
Just
Hey, everyone,
to break even. From Psycho Gorilla.
Psycho Gorilla.
You cannot tell me that is not his birth name.
Your son or daughter, Psycho, has a very interesting question.
I'm assuming that's not the same guy who runs the big talent agency.
He is a cigarette.
Yeah.
He is literally a cigarette.
Okay, this is the other thing. They're talking about, what is it? Hi MC, I found you guys last year on your movie Man of Steel review and have been watching ever since. Speaking of reviews, I heard a rumor that Jon Campia didn't let Schnepp do the review of The Amazing Spider-Man 2 because he didn't like the film. Is this true? If so, how do you decide what films to review and who reviews them? So,
Who writes?
Hail AM's Jen. You just such as on Mailbag. I kind of like doing a little bit of behind the scenes stuff with Mailbag. This is less was because a lot of people were speculating in the Amazing Spider-Man 2 spoilers review that we did that I have some kind of power over you. And I said,
you will not be on this. No,
you cannot do it because how dare you not like Spider-Man 2? And so a bunch of people were asking that, and then you came in the studio the other day. I didn't know about this. You came
I'll get to my point.
the studio the other day. Did you see some nut job made a video about you didn't let me do Spider-Man 2?
It's like here's the truth of the matter is I went and saw Spider-Man.
Well, let me say this first, though. Let me say this first. And for the record, Schnepp, for that Spider-Man 2 review, Schnepp, in the review too, I mentioned in the spoilers review, I wanted to make sure Schnepp's views were reflected, so I made sure that in the review I stopped and said, hey guys, by the way, Schnepp, who was not on this review, Schnepp did not like this film, and he probably would have given it like a 2 out of 10, and I double-checked with you, and you said, yeah, that would be it.
2 out of 10. Hold on. The movie is not, I don't know, Dark Knight Returns or Dark Knight or some fantastic movie, but I had a great time. I had a fun time in the movie. Yeah, Jamie Foxx is a little too blue. I tried to connect with the Jamie Foxx character at the beginning, him being kind of a loser and not having friends and wanting to be friends with Peter. And then, I kind of lost it when he just kind of snaps and where he's in Central Park or Times Square or whatever and just snaps and doesn't want to, be Spider-Man's friend anymore for no real reason. But the love the love between Parker and Gwen Stacy, that was fun. I had a good time. They go in the closet and they hide from the guys, and then he says don't go, you can't go, and he put Webster to the car. It's fun. It was a good time. I like Spider-Man 2, Amazing Spider-Man 2. Green Goblin was he looked really bad. He came in at a weird time at the end, but when Gwen Stacy dies and you don't know if he was trying to save her, what killed her, or she hit the ground, and that was a fun thing that made the movie interesting. And then the whole emotional 5 minutes after that where he's just mourning was deep, and it got to me. I like that part. I don't know why he didn't like it. Schnepp didn't like it that much. I think that's the biggest thing I've ever disagreed with Schnepp about is Amazing Spider-Man 2. I really liked the movie, and I never totally understood why he doesn't like it.
Yeah. For the record, Schnepp contacted me.
Yeah, I called him and said, hey, I'm not going to, because I was going to be on the spoiler show. I went and saw it Thursday, and I was like, dude, I can't be on the spoiler show because I absolutely hated it. I'm furious and angry. And even talking about it, even now,
you start to get worked up.
I get angry.
I see your face getting red.
Yeah, because I feel that's a disappointment that I don't want to express it because I could go on for 4 hours. So
and I tried to talk him into it.
Yeah.
I said, I said, Schnepp, it's okay if you didn't like it. It's great. We'll talk about the positives, we'll talk about the negatives, and we'll just rationally say that we'll give our score. Nothing wrong with that. But he was like, I cannot be rational talking about this movie.
Yeah, and I also felt that because I really didn't like it, that it's I think in spoilers, you're giving the positive and the negative, and I didn't have any positive stuff to say about it. Even in the scenes that I thought were fun or worked, I like those scenes even less.
Right.
Because it was that's what the movie should have been, and it's surrounded by all this other stuff.
You did see a lot of positives in this film, because we had the same list of positives and negatives, but it's just that the negatives were so strong for you, it kind of, even though you agreed that certain things were good things about the film, they were just completely wiped out and overshadowed by the negatives.
It just took it down to like a 2, like you said.
2, wow. But I can respect him that he didn't want to be on the review show because he was only going to say pretty much negative things, and he didn't want to bring the show down. And I feel like Movie Talk does a really good job of, I don't want to say sugarcoating it, but when they do a review or talk about something, they try to bring out the positives as most as they can, which makes the show fun and makes it enjoyable to watch. If you just if they just shit on every single movie, well, not every single movie, but they really just tore apart every single movie, that would, I don't know, that would be not fun. So I can respect his decision not to go on the panel and talk about the movie.
I was like, maybe one, maybe two, but because it was so disappointing, you could see the movie that it wanted to be, struggling, and all this other stuff on top of it, and really bad decisions, and we can go into the whole Spider-Man review, but yeah, suffice to say, I pulled myself out of doing the review because I felt my tone itself would have been too negative, and I couldn't even, like, I'm not gonna lie, that's my thing. I'm not gonna put up.
There it is. He'd rather not be on the camera than lie. What else do you want? There's nothing else you can want for somebody. If I'm not going to be honest, don't put me on the camera.
On a fake face and be like, because John was like, well, you could mention things that are positive about it. I was like, I don't feel that way right now.
Could you imagine him being on the show and it's like a 40-minute review and there's 7 seconds of Schnepp talking about what he likes, and the rest of him is just sitting in the corner, not talking?
I don't know if, like, in 2 weeks I'll feel that way.
Right. Not going to get up there and say, oh, yeah, this latest, I don't know, John C. Reilly comedy, and I love John C. Reilly, but this latest John C. Reilly comedy, Bigfoot in the Bahamas, yeah, it's good. You should go see it, even though we thought it was trash. We will never, ever do that.
I just want to say I personally loved Bigfoot in the Bahamas, especially that spring scene where they were like, hot springs. That was incredible.
Yeah, that was very good. The CG was amazing.
Fantastic.
I always liked when Schnepp would just see a moment where he could just totally make something up, and he would just run with it. He wouldn't let it go. It was so fun.
And to be fair, it's like it is called it's AMC. We work for a movie theater company. I mean, we have our own criticisms and our own reviews, but it's Amazing Spider-Man is opening in 4,000 AMC theaters.
Yeah.
So I felt like if I can't say anything, I'm not going to trash a movie that I can't say anything positive about, especially on a review show that is basically housing that movie. Yeah. I can freely say whatever I want on my Instagram, on my own review shows, which I did, but I didn't feel like I pulled myself out because that's the wrong approach. Right, and I didn't even know if I'd like it or not, but I was I saw the trailer, it looks like I hope I like it. I hope it'll be fun, and I was really blown away at what a fantastically funny film.
Yeah, great. Watch our spoilers review of Neighbors. It's already up. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, then our Neighbors spoiler review is already up. Check it out. Well, as long as you've already seen the movie too.
Right. Because it's full of spoilers.
So yeah, I think I'll stop there. I don't know how long this has been. Almost 15 minutes, the long video. But I hope I just want to do more of these for myself. It'd be fun. I just want to watch my reaction so I can watch it later in 30, 40 years just to remember this awesome, fantastic person that every day that I watched him made my life better. With his honesty, his storytelling, his art that he would do. It's fantastic. So last thing I wanted to say is that Schnepp was, I got ahead of myself. I watch a lot of movie review stuff, trailer review, movie review, movie talk stuff, like just everything. And their stuff is okay. And whenever Schnepp would pop on to one of those, it was like having a supreme pizza. It's everything you want, and a little bit of stuff you didn't even know you wanted, but it was there. And other shows, just like, it's cheese. It's like a cheese pizza. It's like, that's good. Everyone likes pizza. But when Schnepp's on, hey, it's a great day. So just stop there. Thank you, everyone, for anyone who watched. And love this guy. So see ya.